G'day guys, welcome back to Cakes by Chopper. Today is Oscar the Grouch. Here you go, this is the finished product and we're starting off with the ingredients. First of all, I bought these muffins from the local service station. They're just any banana muffin. I started by removing off the banana chips because they don't need to be in there. They're just going to add an extra crunch that you don't need. Cut off the tops. They will become Oscar's head. But make sure to keep the bottom because you're going to cut that in half and that'll become his body. Using the double unfilled sponges again. First of all, I measured the size against the muffins so I knew how big I wanted the trash can. Then I've just cut out circles and laid them in the 6 layers. Now just going through adding a layer of icing to the middle, which just stacks it up. Then I ice the whole thing basically with the dirty ice because we're going to chuck over a white ice so we can add some detail to this garbage can. This does not have to be perfect. As you can see, the cakes are all out of line. This helps with Oscar's tin because he does live in a trash can and it's not perfect. So do not waste your time trying to get this all perfect. Have some fun with it. Using the gel colours, I just used a black and rolled it out with the white icing to get this murky grey colour. It does look kind of blue, but when you see the finished product in a photo, it comes out grey, and we highlight this with some black food dye, which I'll explain later. Roll it out, cover it up. When you lay this over the top of the cake, you'll see there's a lot of wrinkles and folds and stuff. A lot of people would worry about that, but you'll see it just blends in really nicely. I had no idea that this would happen. It just happened as I made the cake, and I wasn't too worried about it, and I'm really proud of how the bin turned out. So if you get a little hole like this, grab a little bit offcut, push it on, it just works in nicely. You can add all these little accents and details that make the bin look really old and used. So remember, if they make a mistake, there's always a way around it to fix it. I grabbed one of my impression tools and went around the sides of the bin, just adding some dints and some lines. These are later highlighted with black food dye, some of the gel colours I have. And this liquid I'm putting over is just a water. I find it helps the icing stick to each other and it stops it from cracking because I think my lights are too hot for the icing itself. Once again, not a professional, just in my kitchen. Don't have the right tricks and tools, but we'll get there. Here I add the half of the base of the muffin that we cut off previously, stuck it down with some icing, and then put Oscar's head on. You can see the 2 slits I put in the muffin to make his mouth. Be sure to use the skewers to hold everything in place, but put your icing first. That's something I didn't do. And then you just work around covering him with icing. I found the piping bag really easy to do his arms and fingers, but I didn't keep the texture of it. You see, I learned this trick from my mum using a spatula to go around and you just dab it on the icing and pull away really quick. And it creates like the closest thing you can get to hair when using a buttercream. It's fun, doesn't take long to do, and you'll see here, just grab any little spatula or knife and work around it till you're happy with the end result. Just a reminder guys, pop on over to facebook.com/CakesByChoppA. You can ask me questions there, check out other photos of cakes I've done. Anything you want to know, jump on over, ask questions, suggest a cake, we'd love to hear from you. Inside Oscar's mouth I'd previously put some black icing gel. You can get this from your local store or supermarket. So I had to use toothpicks to place in his tongue, which is just made out of the royal icing. As are his eyes, which I just rolled into a lemon shape and then added the brown icing on top. Little trick, if you've got leftover green, you can just add some red and that'll go to the perfect brown that you've already used from the green on his body. Now here's the water and food colouring I mentioned to add the accents. Just brush it on all messy, don't spend too much time on it, and then you have your final Oscar cake. I hope you guys like this cake. See you in the next video.